Yo, what's going on, guys? McWigan10 here, bringing another video. In this one, we have, I guess you could kind of call it a 200 subscriber video, but this is just gonna be kind of like a video. I guess you could say me thanking you for 200 subs. It's not that big, obviously, I know that, but you know, at least we're on the uprise. I definitely feel like I can grow a lot more during MLB, when MLB The Show 17 comes out, I believe April 28th. It's something April or March around there. March 28th, I think, actually, or the 22nd or something. Some type of date in March the video game will come out. But this is going to be a trade day, so for 200 subs, I am doing a trade day, and I will also be doing a giveaway. So for the trade day, it's just a regular old trade day. I thought I'd do something. I wanted to do a trade day. My team name, all these cards are up for 1 day. The earliest card obviously has 5 minutes left. These cards expire at about 10 after 5 Eastern time tomorrow. So it's about 10 after 6 my time. It's about 10 after 5 Eastern, whatever Pacific, yeah. So I'm gonna go through the teams, or my team name is it's McWigan 1 to 10, and then just YT at the end of the day. It'll stand out if you search for these players. So we have the San Jose Shark hero Doug Wilson. We have the Nashville. Did I say the San Jose hero Doug Wilson? The Nashville hero Steve Sullivan. Base legend Dougie Gilmore. Pack pulled Steven Stamkos. All these cards are up for the max as well. Uh, Kopitar, Taze, Movember, Goss, Despair. I didn't do the set, I just bought them. Team Louis Gaginla, and then gets in kind of some of the mediocre cards. McDonough, Bufflin, Gaudreau, Movember Jones, Movember Gibson, Team Louis Markov, Team Louis Grabner, Movember Matthews, which would be a popular one, I'm hoping, and Movember Leon Draisaitl. So in total, there is, I believe, 17 cards. Yeah, 17 cards up for sale. So once again, they're all up for the max starting price. Uh, you know, I'll be pretty lenient with the trades. I'll be pretty fair. Obviously, like I actually did the set for Wilson, so I would want my coins back if someone like offered stuff on Wilson, and I will be checking the trades up leading up to the trade day results and when I actually record the results. So for the giveaway, I'm going to be showing you what I'm giving away. So this is for 200 subs. So for 200 subs, I'm going to be giving away. I still have to give the guy the bishop. I just messaged him. The video should be going up now any moment. I'm going to be giving away a Brent Burns. Yes, probably I would say the best all-around defenseman, offensive wise, defensive wise in the NHL. 88 skating, 89 shooting, 88 hands, 90 checking, 89 defense, 6'5", 230 pounds. Brent Burns, the big bearded Burns. He's a really good card. I was either gonna give away him or I was gonna do Draisaitl. So I thought I'd be a little bit kinder and I'd give away Burns. So the way you can win Brent Burns is you must leave a comment in this video. So in this video that I'm making right now, that you are watching, you must comment. Oh God, excuse me. Your PSN or your Twitter, so the normal, and you must comment a question. So it's gonna be kind of like a Q&A as well. I remember I did a Q&A for 100 subs about 9 months ago, and I don't even think I got one question from one of my close friends in real life. So I'm hoping now that there's a giveaway involved, that more people will watch this video, more people just ask questions because I like interacting with subscribers, and just when I stream I like interacting with the chat and stuff like that. So I'm lagging this video on a lot. So all you have to do to win Brent Burns, so you have to be subscribed. Obviously, you don't have to like the video or anything. So just subscribe, comment your PSN or your Twitter so I can contact you if you do win, and leave a question. If you do not have a question in your comment, for me, whether if it's it can be a question sports related, video game related. Don't get weird. Try not to get that weird with the question, or else I'm pretty much just gonna remove the comment and you won't be eligible for it. But that's all you have to do to win Brent Burns. So all you have to do, once again, leave your Twitter at or your PSN, so obviously PlayStation 4 only, in the comments, and leave a question, video game, hockey related, whatever, and also send a trade while you are at it. So there's kind of like a 3-in-1 type of deal here at the trade day, like kind of thank you for 200 subs, and then the giveaway, and then the Q&A. It's all bunched up into one. So thank you guys for watching. Once again, thank you for 200 subscribers. I know that's not a lot, but uh, I didn't even think I'd get 5. I don't even know why people subscribe to me. I'm not that entertaining. Well, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Good luck in the giveaway. Make sure you send in some trades for the trade day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Yo, what's going on, guys? McWiggle10 here, bringing you another video. In this one, we have the Q&A answers and the trade day results. Thank you to everybody who sent in a trade and sent in a question. I will do the giveaway results for Burns after this video goes up. So, thank you once again, everybody, for 200 subs, and everybody for sending in a trade and for sending in a question. I believe we have close to almost 20 questions we have to go through, so this is going to be kind of like a different video for me to make, because I've never really done these type of videos. So there's about 25 minutes left on these cards, which I thought would be enough time for me to go through every single question. If I have to go in... Whoa, why is Draisaitel's trade thing messed up? That's weird. So I thought that I'd go through them now with about 25 minutes left on the cards, and that would give me some time if I mess up or something, because I've never like really, well, let's like get that for Gibson too, that's weird. So like, and I will be checking the prices on this, and like we will probably be getting trades during the questions. So yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 questions. Wow. Thank you for everyone for sending in a question, for sure. And we have 7 trades. Well, okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a clusterfuck. But let's get right into the first question. Alright, here is the first. I'm going to go through the trades first, I thought. So then if we get a trade, then I will just, I'll check the trade, and then I'll go and check prices while I answer a question. So the first trade on Stamkos, the only one on Stamkos right now, Pavelski, Quick, Carter, McDavid. I know McDavid's like 40, Carter's like 25, Quick's like 25. Pavelski, I would assume, is a little bit more than McDavid, so maybe like 45, pushing 50, and about 6K. That's like 50 between the two, 95. Alright, that's like 135, but I want to see the other trades as well. But let's get into the first question. If we do get questions like during, while I am making the video, then I will be sure to answer those as well. Bishop and Stone, I'm not really interested in those Movembers. I'd rather keep Goss as Bear. Alright, so the first question coming from Tim Roberts. He says, nice to see people on the rise repping hockey. Keep up the vids. Thank you, man. My question would be, what was your first memory of hockey, if you can remember? Oh boy. My first memory of hockey, oh my god, I can't. I can't remember. I grew up, my parents were Leafs fans, my grandfather was a Leafs fan. I really grew up a Leafs fan, and in like the Matt Sundin era, I guess. Like, I was born in 2000, so it was on the Leafs were like okay, but like they had like a bunch of older guys with like nobody on their team. I didn't really know a whole lot about hockey back then, but you know, my first memory of hockey, I've always liked hockey. It's always been my favorite sport. My first memory, though. My first memory of hockey, or getting, like, into hockey. My dad works at a restaurant. It's called Don Cherry. So Don Cherry, like, owns all the restaurants across Canada. My first memory of hockey, I guess, and plus we have a QMJHL team in where I live. So, going to those games was definitely kind of what got me into hockey. And I also got to meet Wendell Clark, who was actually in this game, which is pretty cool. I got to meet Wendell Clark. I have a signed jersey by him and everything. He was probably like the first like hockey player that I ever met, and like, but I would say my first memory of hockey is going to like the Eagles games, which is the QMJHL team that's down here, and going to their games and stuff. But my first memory of the NHL, always watching the Leafs games on Hockey Night in Canada for sure. All right, next question comes from Ryan. Oh God, I'm gonna butcher your last name. Sorry. Beder Bedernak? Bedernyak. Oh God, I'm sorry. Ryan Bedernak. Let's go with that. My question is, when and why did you start playing hot? My other question is, do you play hockey IRL? And if so, what league? Okay. So it's kind of like a two-in-one question. So, when and why did you start playing hot? I started playing hot in NHL 13 around Christmas time. I got NHL 13 when it first came out. I didn't get Xbox Live Gold until Christmas of that year, so grade 7? Yeah, that would have been the grade 7. That's when I started playing Hut. And why did I start playing Hut? Uh, I've always liked hockey, you know, I always used to like collect cards, like the upper deck cards and stuff. And my uncle was like a big collector and stuff. So definitely NHL 13 is when I started playing. And why? I always liked collecting hockey cards, and I always liked the NHL games, so I'm like, oh, this is kind of like a cool concept, I guess. And I started watching YouTube videos on Hut and like NHL 13 and NHL 12, like the original NHL YouTubers, which most of them are not around today. The only one really around is 2VC, and look at where he's at. He's the biggest one. Guys like Decosaurus Rex, who stopped doing it just last year, and the biggest one for me, he's what really got me in to NHL, and he unfortunately he chose his like personal life and stuff over YouTube, which I respect. Dan 5000, which if you were somewhat new to the community or just started playing like when the next gen consoles were released, you won't remember Dan Man, but he's what really got me into Hut and 2EC as well. So that is why I started playing Hut. And I always liked collecting hockey cards when I was a little kid. Alright, next question. I'm sorry, I'm like butchering names and like sentences. This is the first time I've ever done like a live one take Q&A type of deal, type of video. This is from Extreme Gamer YT. Question is what was been the worst player you used in HUT? Alright, so this is like who's the best player you use in HUT and who's the worst? I don't really know if there's a word. I would say overrated. Best player in HUD. Wow. I don't know if he means just in 17 or in overall, like, since I started playing. I've never really liked Crosby in game. As weird as that is, I never really liked Crosby in game. And you know, like, especially Doug Gilmour in this game, it's just like 90 overall, and like his stats really just don't match a 90 overall. Best player I've ever used in HUT. Wow. That's best goalie, probably from NHL 14, Jason Missian, the silver goalie that you could boost up. You could train him. He was like 6'7". Ben Bishop from last year was really good. This year, I've used a couple of different ones. The goalies are really good this year. Their overall really matches like how they play in game, which is good. He did a really good job on like the goalies this year because last year they were really weak at the start of the game. But best card I've ever used in HUT, it's either Gaudreau from last year in NHL 16 and like his Movember card, or probably Michael Grabner from NHL 14. Like players like Grabner and Hagelin and Helm especially were really good on 14 and even 15. I didn't really like 15 a whole lot though, but probably Grabner from 14 was my favorite HUT card ever, and probably Gaudreau from last year since the new gen consoles were released. And the worst HUT player I used, probably Doug Gilmour, honestly. Doug Gilmour, I don't know, I can't really think off the top of my head like bad ones that I've used. Alright, this one comes from Jake. That's just his YouTube name. His name is Jake. What games do you play at the moment? The games that I play at the moment, a lot of NHL, obviously, it's my favorite game. NHL, a little bit of FIFA, Madden 17. Uh, it's really just sports games and shooters, pretty much. Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm not a big fan of Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't know, just COD the last couple years hasn't been fun. I enjoyed Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3 was okay, but this year, this game, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered, just don't feel, they just don't feel good to me, and I don't have fun playing them. Hitman, I've always loved the Hitman games. I just bought the, well, I guess relatively newest one with like all the episodes in it. I was thinking about making videos on them, but it wasn't really worth it. You know, there's obviously the free games of the month that always go on the PlayStation. The best one probably being Rocket League, but a majority of the games are still like NHL, Madden, FIFA, and COD. This is pretty much what I play. Okay, we have another trade. We have one on Matthews. This Stamkos one, I gotta check the prices. It's a tough one, cause like, I think Quick's price probably might have even dropped below 20. Carter as well. I'm gonna reject it and hope he sends an offer with a bit more coins, cause I really do like that offer. I could just sell all those players. Uh, Even though Stamkos kind of has a special place in my heart since I did pack him. I think that's the first time I've ever packed Stamkos actually. We have another one here on Matthews. Bufflin I already have, he's like 20k. Goss's Bears quick sell Eichel's like 3k. And then the Milestone Matthews, whose prices really dropped. I know it's the same card, it's that same card, but in game and like for the future upgrades that he's gonna get, this isn't worth it just for an Eichel, Goss's Bear, and a Bufflin. I'd be a bit more interested if I didn't already have Bufflin and he wasn't up. But even then, I probably wouldn't take it. So, on to the next one. Yes, this is it. Oh, this is the guy who actually did my, channel art, I guess you could say. Like, my Avi on Twitter, my background. STB Visuals was Trocheck Trip, so he's referring to the playoffs last year between the Islanders and Florida. And Trocheck was coming in on the empty net, and Matt Martin dove. It really did look like he tripped him. Like it was pretty bad camera work. I think he did get tripped. I think he did. It looked like to me that he got tripped for sure. Cause like you would really need an overhead view of it to see if he actually did get tripped. Because like with like the side angle or the back angle that you could see, it's like you can't really tell if like Martin's stick actually hit him. So the Islanders ended up coming in the ice. Jonathan Tavares scored, and they ended up beating Florida. So, and that would have pushed it to a game 7, which would have went back to Florida. So that really cost Florida the series. There's some questionable referee calls, so I think he was stripped for sure. All right, this one is from Tuomas Honka. So I think he's a Finnish guy. Why you started to do YouTube? I wouldn't really say I started to do YouTube, but the reason why I started making videos, I still remember my first ever YouTube video I ever made. I deleted it. I deleted all the videos that like I made from like I think it was like 4 years ago that I made my first YouTube video. But I started watching 2VC, and he was really the one YouTuber I watched when I was in like grade 6 and 7. And I'm like, hey, this seems pretty fun. I remember the first ever video I made. I had my TV set up on my nightstand, and I had my laptop camera pointing at the actual TV. It was about 10 feet away, and it was like a 15. I remember it was the day Nathan McKinnon got drafted. It was the day Nathan McKinnon went first overall. That was the first ever YouTube video I ever made. That was the day Nathan McKinnon got drafted. and it was like a 15-minute long trade day. But the thing is, it wasn't like trade day like results. It was like, say if like I was like making this and I posted all these cards for 3 days, I explained every single card, and there were like 20 of them up. Like there were so many. It was on NHL 13 as well. I think I actually got two trades, and I was so happy. I was so happy to remember. It was like a 15-minute long video, and 10 seconds into the video, the audio just shut off. There was no audio. So that's when I made my first ever YouTube video. And why I started doing YouTube, I don't know, man. Just I wouldn't really call it a hobby, but just kind of something to do. Uh, I'm on this game 24/7. I'm on my PS4 24/7 anyway, so I'm like, I might as well, give this a shot. If it somehow goes anywhere, then it does. If it doesn't, then I'm not really trying to go anywhere. Obviously, in the NHL community, it's a very small community, but I have fun doing it, and that's kind of why I started doing it. Alright, next question is from Neo. Do you currently play hockey? If so, what position? So I don't currently play hockey, actually. I played hockey and football. I played hockey up until I was like 12 or 13, I think. 12, I think. Minor hockey was getting really expensive, and it wasn't worth the money. Because, like, I still really enjoy hockey. I would say I'm not that good at hockey. I played right wing. That's what my position was. I played right wing. I wasn't very good at face-offs, and I like to be on the right wing. I don't know. I just feel comfortable with like my back to the boards, kind of, and like facing like the play. Not on my like, it's kind of like on my one-timer, but like I wouldn't be on my one-timer, kind of. So I don't play hockey, and I also hurt my knee twice. I tore a ligament, which is the same injury Steven Stamkos has. I tore my meniscus, it's called. It's a ligament in your leg. And I ended up tearing it, and I had two surgeries on it, and I'm unable to play any type of contact sports, hockey, football, anything like that. So it sucks, and I really wanted to continue to play football and hockey, but I'm unfortunately not able to. Alright, next question comes in from Matt Caldwell. How long have you been playing NHL 17? I've been playing NHL 17 since the day it came out. Yep, hard to believe, I know. I've been playing NHL 17 since the day it came out. I pre-ordered it. That's all for that question. Alright, next question is from Visions. My question is, how long have you been playing NHL? So relatively the same question. I've been playing NHL since NHL 06 was my first ever NHL. NHL 6 was my first ever NHL on the GameCube. Alright, still going here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more questions left. So this one coming in from, I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Apple Blarden. I have no idea how to say his name. APPELBLADRAN. I'm sorry if I'm sorry about butchering your name, but he asked, what has been your favorite player in HUT? So for this year, I answered that. I said, did I answer? No, I didn't this year. I really like Goss's Bear. I really like that Goss's Bear Taze is really good. And Steve Sullivan when he doesn't get killed in the corner and on the boards by defensemen. He's really fast. Gaudreau's really good, obviously, as well. He's really quick. Underrated, this Team Lead Drum again has been really good. I really enjoy like all these like higher rated cards that I have, except for Dougie Gilmour. Dougie Gilmour's not very good, but like Stamkos is really good at the few games that I've played with him. But my favorite player probably this year has been Taze for sure. All right, on to the next question from Xavier No. His question is, what is two best? All right, I'm gonna assume he's French. The question is, what is two best NHL? I'm gonna assume he's asking what is the best NHL. Like, what do I think is the best NHL? So, 129K for Wilson. Okay, I'll have to check his price. The best NHL, well, my favorite ever NHL is NHL 06 in the GameCube. For sure, 100%. Nothing will. That's probably going to be my favorite game ever. NHL 06 on the GameCube is my favorite game. For sure, it's my favorite NHL, but I guess if you're talking like relatively new, probably 14. I I didn't mind 13. It was really kind of glitchy and like the matchmaking, like there was no like online head-to-head seasons or like divisions. There was no divisions at all. It was just like you match up against a random opponent. You could be a new player facing off against the best player in the world for your first ever game. You know, it's like that's really all I hated about 13. All right, so Wilson's going for about 150. I'm not gonna sell him for 120. Yeah, 13 was okay, but I'd probably say 14. It was really the first time I ever really got into HUD because like I played it in 13, but like I didn't really know what I was doing, kind of. 14, I started working the market more and stuff. I didn't really like 15. I barely played 15. 16 wasn't bad, but I enjoyed 14 more. 17 isn't bad, but it has the potential to be the best NHL in a very, very long time. But EA just doesn't listen to their fans or their customers. I don't know. I could make, I bet, an hour-long video on some of these questions and just go into detail and just rant and rant and rant, but I'm not gonna do this for this video. I might do it in a future video, an EA rant. That's a good video idea. Alright, that's one comes from Nico Haivugia. Oh, good lord. All these European names and like non-North American names I can't pronounce. I'm sorry. What's your favorite player in HUT this year? Taze. Has he gets a trade offer? Funny enough, there's a trade. Russia logo. No thanks. So probably Taze this year, but overall probably Grabner from NHL 14. Alright, 4 questions left. Let's get through these. Only a couple minutes left on these cards. This comes from the Great Heroics. Ryan64 Slapshot. I think I'm already friended with you on their Twitter. My question is, what is your least favorite hockey team in the NHL? Oh, wow. Least favorite hockey team in the NHL? I don't really hate any team, to be honest with you. I don't really like Vancouver, or Vancouver fans, by the matter of fact. Vancouver fans are really stupid. Most of them, anyways. Most Vancouver fans are really stupid. Like, there's one Twitter account, I'm not even gonna say his name. I hope he ends up watching this video and he hears me calling him out, but Vancouver at the start of this year won like 4 straight or 5 straight. Said, "Oh, we're gonna prove everybody wrong." As my phone starts ringing, God fucking damn it! Oh, don't you just love getting interrupted by the phone? I even forgot it was in my room. All right, so where were we? Uh, yes. What is your least favorite hockey team? I would probably say Vancouver. I am Vancouver fans in general. They won 4 or 5 straight at the start of the year. They're like, oh, we're gonna prove everybody wrong. We're gonna go to the cup. We're gonna go to the playoffs, and now they're like 4-9 and they have a really bad. They're like 4-10-1, I think. Well, and I'm not saying all Vancouver fans are just saying this one in particular. It's just I can't stand. I have him blocked on Twitter, and he doesn't even know me. Just every time I see him tweet, he just pisses me off. This comes from Sam10. What NHL team is your favorite? I'm an Edmonton Oilers fan. Oh God. Yep, Edmonton Oilers fan. We're doing okay this year. I would say okay. Like we should be doing a lot better, but we're on the uprise at least. We're getting better. Our team's starting to form together more, thanks to McDavid. All right, 2 more questions left. Only a minute left on these cards. I'm gonna try and get through these. This comes from Caraboy. What player do you want the most in Huss? Oh, uh, probably Movember McDavid, I would say. Movember McDavid or Shanahan. I really want to try Shanahan. Either Shanahan, the hero, or Movember McDavid. Alright, last question comes from Juice01. And it is, who is your favorite hockey team and who is your favorite player? Mine is Washington Ovi. Okay, that's what he said. My favorite hockey team is the Oilers, and my favorite player is Taylor Hall. Yes, I know he's on New Jersey now, but he's my favorite player. On the Oilers, probably Nugent Hopkins, and then McDavid, obviously. But those are the questions. Wow, I did horrible. I'm so sorry. This is the first time that I've ever done a type of video like this. Thank you everyone for 200 subs again. I know it's not the most, I'm definitely not the most entertaining NHL YouTuber out there, but I try at least. I'm trying. But thank you everyone for sending in your trades. We didn't actually accept any unless some come late. I'm pretty picky with that stuff anyways. I'm no one get offended, but I'm a Jew with my coins. Like, I don't like spending my coins. I like to hold on to my players and make a profit. But anyways, thank you everyone for sending in your questions. I'm sorry once again if I butchered your name, and I'm sorry for the phone interrupting. Uh, but thank you for 200 subs. I'm sorry for the bad kind of commentary, as again, it's the first time that I'm doing this type of video. As we get another trade, it is on Tricidal. I'll check his price is really gone up. He's gone up like 70k. Had been, no, I'd rather keep Tricidal. Once again, thank you everyone for sending in your trades and your questions, and thank you for subscribing. Uh, I'm not quite sure when I'm gonna start uploading now. I don't know. I'm really just waiting until MLB 17 comes out. MLB The Show 17, and that comes out like late April, I think. Like, it's either March 28th or April 20th. I think it's March 28th or like March 22nd. But once again, thank you, and I'm sorry for the bad kind of commentary, but thank you for sending your questions. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Feedback is important. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.